Welcome to section 5, which is writing and graphing equations of lines. As you can probably guess, today we're going to write the equation of a line, and we're going to also graph equations of lines. This should be reviewed from algebra. There are 3 ways to write the equation of a line. Slope-intercept form is the most common. It's the one that you all see a lot. That's the y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Hence why it's called slope-intercept form. Use this when you have the slope and the y-intercept. Point-slope form, my absolute favorite form that is the most useful, is y subtract y1 equals m x subtract x1. In this case, m is still the slope, and x1, y1 is just some point on the line. Use this when you have the slope, and you also need a point on the line. It doesn't have to be the y-intercept though. Hence why it's called point-slope form. Standard form is the ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are some constants. So they're numbers, they can't be fractions, they can't be decimals. Use this when you are told to. Standard form is not very useful and it's not very common, so don't use it unless you're told to. So let's look first at some writing equations examples. So write the equation of the line passing through 5, 4 with a slope of 3. So we have a point and we have the slope, so we're going to use point-slope form. So I have y minus 4 is my x1 equals, my slope is 3, x minus x1. This is your final answer. Don't simplify it at all, just leave it like that. If you simplify and you make a mistake, I'm going to have to take points off. If you leave it like this, you get full credit. Okay, 2, write the equation of the line perpendicular to the given line and passing through the point negative 1, 1. Well, I have a point on the line that's not the intercept, so I'm probably going to use point-slope form. I have a point, I need the slope though. That's why I was given this line. Slope of this line is 7 over 3, it's the number in front of the x. So then the slope of the perpendicular is going to be the opposite reciprocal. So reciprocal is 3 over 7, it means flip, and opposite is going to be negative. And now I'm ready to use point-slope form. I have y minus y1, which is 1, equals, my slope is negative 3 over 7, and then I have x subtract negative 1. But remember that subtracting a negative is like adding a positive, so it becomes y minus 1 is equal to negative 3 over 7, x add 1. Again, leave it like that. Don't change it at all. Okay, 3, it says write the equation of the line that passes through and then it gives us 2 points. Okay, well I definitely have a point on the line, but I don't have the slope yet. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to find the slope. And then I can use point-slope form. So remember, I'm going to start by subtracting the y's. So I have 5 subtract 2, and then my x's, which is negative 2 and 1. Make sure to pay attention to the order. 5 subtract 2 is 3. Negative 2 subtract 1, that's like adding a negative 1, becomes negative 3, which is negative 1. Now I'm ready to write the equation of my line. I need a point. It doesn't matter which one I pick. I'm just going to pick the first one because I like it better. And then for point-slope form, I have y subtract y1 equals my m and then x subtract x1. I don't really like leaving that minus a negative, so I'm going to change this to be y minus 5 is equal to negative 1, x add 2. And that's my final answer. Okay, leave examples 4 and 5 and we will do them in class tomorrow. If you can now flip to page 32, we're going to do a few graphing examples. Okay, so we're going to do these 4 graphing examples and then we will be finished with this video. Well, notice that example 6 is in slope-intercept form. So 2 is going to be our slope, negative 1 is going to be the y-intercept, Okay, remember y is up, down. So -1 means I'm going to go down 1 and put a point there. Students sometimes get confused and go left, right. Y-intercept, though, is up, down. The y-axis is the vertical axis. Now, if I have a slope of +2, that means I'm going to go up 2 and over 1. So if I go up 2, I then have to go to the right 1 because I have a positive slope. I want my line to be rising. I'm going to do that again. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. And a positive slope, my line is rising. You should have at least 3 points. I'm going to do 4 just to make it a little more accurate, and then connect your line. Okay, next one, example 7. This is in point slope form, which means I'm going to be given a point, and I'm going to be given the slope. The slope is what's in front of the x, the -2/3. The point is the one that's a little more confusing. That's these two numbers. But remember, in point slope form, I have y minus y1. So here I have y minus 1, so my y value is 1. So it's the opposite sign. Here, this is like x subtract -1, which means my x is -1. Okay, so graphing the point -1, 1, that's right here. Okay, so my slope is -2/3, so I'm going to rise 2. I need my line to be falling, which means I'm going to go left 3. So 1, 2, 3. Then up 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, again, negative slope, the line should be falling, which it is. So that's that line. Okay, 2 more, examples 8 and 9. Example 8 is in what we call standard form, which is the one I told you is not very helpful. So for standard form, you're going to make an XY table, and you're going to find both of the intercepts. Okay, so this is saying I'm substituting in 0 for x. So I have 2 times 0 subtract 3y equals 6. 2 times 0 is just 0. So I have -3y equals 6. Dividing by -3, I get y equals -2. So this is 1 point I can graph. This is saying substitute in 0 for y. So I have 2x subtract 3 times 0 equals 6. 3 times 0 is just 0. So I have 2x equals 6. Dividing by 2, I get x equals 3. So 3, 0 is my other point. So 0, -2 is this point right here. 3, 0 is this point right here. And then I can connect them for my line. I know I'm going quick, but this should be a review, and we will do a few more examples in class to make sure that we all have a good understanding. Last one is 9, which is x equals 6. So if I think of where x is 6, here's one point where x is 6, here's another point where x is 6, here's another point where x is 6. All these points have x equals 6. So x equals 6 is going to be this vertical line. Just a note, if you have y equals some number, this is going to be a horizontal line. And remember that x equals 6, this is where we have an undefined slope. Okay, I know I went through things very quickly today. If you have any questions, please write them down. When you come to class, we will definitely do some examples together before you all start working. Thank you.